Hey there, I'm just here to give a real brief bit of input on intentionally moving through and weathering the tougher times that show up in any relationship. Okay, any relationship is going to morph over time. It's going to morph and change. Think of your guy friends. Think of the gals you hang out with. Think of just relationships with family members, right? Everything. Relationships are dynamic. They are a dynamic, living, breathing experience, shared, created by two people. That's a partner relationship. So it's intentional. The more intentional you can create it, the less you're on a default. What happens is we start to go to a default. It's just sort of the way that we're wired. When things are going great, we kind of put it on automatic and we turn our attention to other things. Your relationships cannot. I remember years ago doing a course on marriage course, and I wasn't married at the time. I had just come out of a divorce, and I just knew, man, I am this. How did this smart girl like me end up in this situation? And I just realized that it was me. I had to take responsibility, and I had to learn some new things, unlearn some things that weren't serving me, that maybe I had seen other people model, or just Cosmo magazine program my young teenage, young adult mind with all kinds of like strategies and tactics and things that don't even belong in a good relationship. A really good relationship is clean, it's authentic. Things come up, you deal with it. And if all you know are tactics and all you know are strategies, you're never fully intimate in any relationship, because there shouldn't be that artificial quality that you live every day. Now, that being said, we do still have to be intentional, but we need to be intentional in keeping in mind what's the big picture that we're moving towards. I often see people go through these hiccups in their relationship, and then it will, and hey, I was there. I understand what I'm talking about here, because it's definitely a phase in any relationship, because most people have a history of hiccups that maybe weren't properly handled, and relationships either dissolved, disintegrated, or just over time got super stagnant because nobody really knew how to live fully and intentionally inside a relationship. So here's my advice: stand strong, even though there are things coming at you, right? Or things coming at you as a collective couple, or things individually. One member, maybe his emotional intelligence or her emotional intelligence isn't where it needs to be. You selected that person. They probably have most of the right stuff to be a great partner for you. So revisit your vision and then look at, like, how can I stand strong and weather this? And then reach out for help from someone who's a trusted source, who can help you navigate some of that, intentionally navigate, so you're not working from this default and another relationship bites the dust, or you move this what could be a great relationship, and for economic reasons you stay, but you're not really sold out anymore, and there is no vision, and eventually you find someone else, or he finds someone else, or you stay and you're just really unhappy. Relationships should not be made up that way, but generally somebody has to lead. Somebody has to put a stake in the ground and just start leading intentionally back toward the vision that you had for the relationship, that you hopefully mutually had for the relationship. Because if you are going through tough times, all you have to hang on to really is this mutual stated, this is where we're going, right? So if that's hazy, I would get clear on that. I would get clear on that pretty quickly, and then move intentionally toward that vision. I hope this helped. Stay the course. Nothing is just smooth. You have to stay the course. And sometimes people bail and run, thinking that it's the person in the relationship. And I'm not saying it is or it isn't, because sometimes it is a person. But if the people really want the relationship, they'll change. They can change and grow. They can be intentional to get away from their defaults and start changing, growing, becoming. But it's going to take somebody leading in that way. And I hope it's you, because you deserve to have the most amazing partner relationship. I have to tell you, I did not do well the first time. I didn't probably make the best choice of a partner. And then, because there has to be two people committed to the vision, and the vision should be pretty close to the same thing. The second time, though, I did make a great decision. And we're knocking on, I don't know, what is it now, 32, 33 years. And we enjoy each other. And it doesn't mean that there aren't things that come in. Sometimes it's a health challenge. Sometimes there's an event and it kind of forever changes the person. And then as a partner, you have to be able to be the helpmate and step in and then reestablish, here's our new vision. It's communication. Be authentic. That's where those strategies and tactics, how to catch a man, how to get the woman of your dreams, all that. That's all wonderful, unless it's strategies and tactics. Strategies and tactics are too much work. And if you're really looking for a lifelong love, a partnership that's feeding you, you have to be able to have conversations that maybe are a little bit, they have to be quite authentic. And you also have to choose your time. So sometimes when you're standing strong, that's not the time to have the conversation. You just have to stand and intentionally be there, leading in the direction of what's best. Maybe standing strong is having the conversation, but somebody's got to do it. Someone's got to intentionally stand strong. It's worth it. It is worth it. Sometimes those hiccups render, for me, and for people I work with, I see it renders this higher level of relationship that they never would have had, except they had to move through some stuff that opened them up even more. And in opening them up even more, they had more to give. They could now receive on a different level. So don't get things and hiccups and challenges and being out of syncness. It's just a reflection that there's a potential change. There's a growth that you're in. And instead of backing away from the growth, lean into it. Lean into it intentionally to fulfill the vision of your relationship.